Alright guys, so Randy here from Garrison Speed Shop. Wicker bill instruction 101. So you got a wicker bill that you're going to put on your SRT, and you're a little freaked out about drilling holes into your spoiler where you only really get one chance to get this right. Me too. Alright, so welcome to exactly that scenario. We'll go through it together. So the first thing I'm going to do is get our heat gun, heat this up, and take my SRT badging off. And once I got it off, I'll get back with you guys. I'll film this here, and we'll kind of we'll quick strip through it. But got to get that done before we can even place the bill up here and see what we got. So we're going to start there. Alright, so hopefully we're mic'd up now, and I'm not going to have to voice over this whole thing, but I guess if it didn't connect, that's the route we'll go. But like I said, I got the SRT badging off. Now I'm trying to come in and get some of this thick part of the adhesive off before I try to break it down with some ammonia-based window cleaner and a rag. Of it all. Yeah. Try to turn this back on low. Heat it back up a little bit. So I did get one of the cheaper wicker bill kits. The one I bought was off of Amazon. There's a lot of complaints about it being damaged in shipping. Mine looks pretty good. It's got a couple scratches on one side, but I think that's the side that I'm going to end up putting to the inside anyway, so not a big deal. I just couldn't see going and paying $300 or $400 for a wicker bill and literally just a piece of fiberglass and plastic that goes across the back of your bumper. I did, however, go down to our robotics lab at work and picked up some better rib nuts than the cheap aluminum ones that came with it. I mean, those things felt like they were surefire gonna thread it, cross thread or strip, or they just definitely gave off vibes of something that's gonna fail immediately. So I did go get some better rib nuts, but that was free, so. This is a little harder to get off than I thought it was going to be. It's starting to come on. Alright, so I'll bring you guys around and show you the wicker bill that I grabbed. This is the one I purchased it off of Amazon. There's about 20 different manufacturers, probably all from China, all the same design. This one had the most positive reviews, so it's what I went with. I think the overall kit was about 90 bucks shipped. So basically this part goes on and then this part goes over top. And I do have the backup camera, so this kit is for cars with the backup camera. So let me get this thing placed up against here. I don't really know how I'm going to mark this yet. I was thinking with a Sharpie, if I can find one. Maybe one over there in my toolbox. But I guess you can put this as high as you want it to. But I'm thinking with putting mine up there, at least what I have in mind is grabbing some double-sided tape and seeing if I can put a little strip of double-sided tape on both sides of it and stick it up there and get it to stick, and then I can just drill it exactly where the wicker bill is going to sit and drill it through the actual wicker bill itself. So that's the plan. So I'm going to grab some double-sided tape and get back with you guys, see if it actually sticks up there. All right, so this is my own idea. This is a, oh my God, it's already coming off. It's not a good sign. Some very thin double-sided 3M tape that I have for another project. I don't even remember what it was for, but put a little strip there, a little strip there. I didn't want to put it in between where the rib nuts are going to go because I don't want to take a chance of it not fastening all the way down. So that actually may be too high. I'll go a little lower with it. And again, I have no idea if this is actually going to work, but really all I needed to do is hold it long enough to drill the first couple holes and get some rib nuts in it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out together. All right, so trying to align it off of the camera itself to give me a reference. That side seems to be sticking. This side does not seem to be sticking. Did it fall off? Oh, no, it's sticking to one side, but not the other. It seems to be pretty centered. Bring you guys over here and show you what I got going on. So that's the initial stick up of the wicker bill. Lines. So you can see the overlay on this side, how much we got versus the other side. Seems to be pretty centered. And I'm kind of doing everything off of centering it on the camera itself. So I think that's going to be pretty close, actually. All right, so after looking for an embarrassing amount of time, I could not find my permanent marker, but it seems to be pretty secure on there. And I did find the correct bit, I hope, to drill these holes with. So we're going to try to drill one, stick it in, and try to see if we can at least get the rib nut in there. So we're going to start there, make some pilot holes, pull it off, and hope for the best. So let's drill some holes in my new car here. Ooh. No going back now. If this does end up being a thing, it's worth repeating with the double-sided tape, your edges, if you put a little strip here just above your holes, your edges are going to be a little loose. So you want to make sure when you're drilling your end holes on the two ends, you want to make sure you push it down flat, because it's obviously going to lay completely flat. Don't just stick it through there and drill it. Yeah, we're drilled out. So, and I wasn't really thinking before with the tape, but it absolutely is not a big deal at all about having the tape still stuck or whatever, because you got to pull it back off. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. You got to pull it back off anyway to bolt it all together, because the rib nuts are going to go directly into the bumper, and then your bolts are going to go through your assembly. Drill one here. Definitely make sure that you got it placed right and not on the threads, the cutting shank of the drill, because if this thing wobbles, you're going to make it way too big. And like I said, there's no going back. That seems like the same size. Need a bigger bit here. That also seems like the same size. All right, so it seems that randomly by bit, it's like in between two bits, it seems like. So what I'm having to do, I got this in here really tight, is just play around with it. Really precisely, oblong the hole out, and keep playing with it and just get it to where I can force the rib nut in there without making it too loose. So I think as long as I'm keeping a check on it as I'm going. See, it needs just a little bit more. I'm just barely taking a little bit out each time. Like it needs just like very little. All right, see, it's definitely kind of making like a custom hole where it's super tight in there, because that's very hard to force in. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere once we tighten it up. All right, so I brought you guys around closer. That way you guys can tell how to actually tighten the rib nuts up into that. You buy one of these cheap sets, it's going to come with something like this: a bolt, a little spacer, and some washers. First time I was trying to do this, I was trying to do it without the washers, but you need the washers to be able to create the spinning motion to get everything back off. So basically what you're going to do, bolt through the spacer, washers through the bolt. You're going to go into your rib nut, keeping your spacers even against the back, or the washers even against the back of the spacer, right? So these are a 13 millimeter for the spacer and an 11 millimeter and or 7/16 for the bolt. Might be different on your setup, but it's the same concept. You're going to hold the spacer still with your 13 or whatever size it is, and you're going to turn the bolt with whatever size the bolt is with that wrench. You want to make sure you're keeping it even, right? Balance. Do not. Oh, and then when you go to loosen it, same thing. You're going to hold the spacer. You're going to turn your wrench to release your bolt and pull everything out. When I say even, I mean keep the bolt from wobbling, right? Because you're going to put a lot of pressure on this. And if you get it to one side or the other, you're going to end up wallering out the hole, or you're going to end up messing up your rib nut and not expanding it correctly. Excuse me, I can't talk. Put it in the next hole, same thing. All right, so one thing I found, lesson learned here, to get the rib nut completely flush, like I said, you're going to put this on the spacer, but when you put it on the spacer, use it to go all the way up against the washer that's in between there to put forward pressure, then turn it, right? And that'll really get it tight in there and set them all in flush. You guys will be good to go. So I'll show you what I mean on this last one here real quick. So washer, bolt, spacer, or washer, spacer, bolt. Go all the way in with it. Take your wrench, slide it over, get all the way up against that washer with forward pressure. And then hold your spacer, loosen your bolt back up, come out with it, and they'll all be flush. You'll be good to go. Let's see, so your outside, your over piece is going to go on these first 4 bolts here. So use your outside 4 bolts to bolt it up initially. Again, guys, I'm completely making this up as I go, so we're learning this together. Hand tighten this one in. That kind of hand tight. Yeah, if I could give any advice from working on anything ever, it's if you're doing something like this, whether it be this or a valve cover or pretty much anything, put everything kind of just over hand tight. Take a step back, look at everything. Make sure, also with headers. Headers is a good example because one of those header bolts is not going to go in with everything tightened down. So get everything started, right? Before you tighten anything at all down. Get everything started. That's good advice on anything that takes a lot of bolts. What we got going on here? You're also going to have to kind of take your time to make sure you get these kind of perfectly centered, or you're going to wind up with a product that doesn't look very well. You can see I got this too tight already because I'm going to have to lift up a little bit to get this one in. So like I said, already proving my point. Barely hand tight. Go from there. Alright, so we get everything kind of started with those. Grab our over piece. This was the piece I said that had a couple of scratches on it on this side. I'm just going to put that to the inside where it's not really seen as much. What I may end up doing later on is just taking this piece off, scuffing it up where something will adhere to it. I think I'm going to end up wrapping this in carbon fiber like my trunk and my hood is eventually anyway, so it's fine for now. Just kind of clean it up a little bit here. And we'll get a couple of these started. Now this has oblong holes, so assuming you can set it a little higher, a little lower, depending on how you want it. I think I'll probably put it as high as it'll go. Actually, no. I'm going to center it, because if not, I'm going to have that oblong hole hanging out. And that's not going to look very attractive. No, it's starting to look like something here, guys. Alright, I did find the right Allen key set, so start tightening these down. Starting with these, because these are the ones you're kind of doing the balancing act with the two pieces, trying to center it in the oblong holes. So got to remember you're working with plastic here, so I'm just trying to get these tight and flush, and we're going with that. I wouldn't turn it super fast. Once you kind of feel that washer cracking up against it, not cracking the plastic, but meeting it and making that light little cracking sound, I'll take it and back off about a quarter turn. You really want to slow down once you get close. Hear that little cracking sound where the washer is starting to meet the plastic? Back off just a little bit. Rinse and repeat on your other bolts. Alright guys, so I think that's it. I'm going to pull it out into the sun, give you guys a look at the finished product. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. Got everything all bolted up. I think it looks pretty good overall. Gives it kind of a cool look. The worst angle of these cars, in my opinion, is from a back corner. So I think it gives it a little bit of aggressiveness. You know, it's not as big of a look up here. I mean, you can tell from the front, but this car looks fantastic, in my opinion, from this angle. This is the best angle of the car, in my opinion. But I've always thought from the back, these cars leave a little bit to be desired in stock form. And I think it just gives it that little bit of aggressiveness. Yeah, man, I mean, everything bolted together perfectly. Everything's nice and even. A lot of people had a lot of scratches on theirs here when they got them in, this Jeep Amazon one. I didn't have that problem. Had a couple little nicks on this piece, but like I said, I'm going to wrap this in the carbon fiber that my trunk and my hood are done in eventually. So I wasn't really sweating that piece. I don't really think that piece matters that much anyway. We got carbon fiber, everything pretty much on the car. I mean, the entire inside's carbon fiber. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think it looks excellent. And I mean, for 90 bucks, you know, versus, I don't know, going on American Muscle and spending $300, $400, $500 on one, especially if you want a carbon fiber one that, like I said, this would be a very easy, I mean, I'm not an expert at vinyl wrap, but I mean, I could vinyl wrap this, you know. But we got the carbon fiber here and everything else. Nitrous car. If you know, you know. As far as the tools, the 3M tape that I used, to hold it up there initially. This is kind of some really thin 1/4 inch 3M tape. But I mean, you could use any 3M tape because, like I said, you're going to remove it anyway after you drill your holes and be able to take it off. This is 3M brand. This is the bolt set I was talking about. Goes on just like that. Put pressure on your wrench, holding this in place while putting forward pressure on this and turning this bolt in. And these are the type of bolts that actually bolted up to the car through the rib nut, fit together like so. Anyway, guys, it's nice to have the SRT back. If you guys are interested in Mopar SRT content, this is my nitrous 392 forged max effort MMX cam, all kinds of stuff. It's not what this video is about. You can check out the other videos to see about it. But if you're interested in seeing upgrades to this car and everything I did to it, you know, plus all the other junk we got going on, E46 LS swap, getting my Stingray Corvette back this weekend, BMW content. I got that BMW E46 that we're LS swapping, plus my B7 Alpina twin turbo BMW. But if you're interested in this kind of stuff, guys, and if I helped you out, please subscribe to the channel. Channel's growing quickly. If you've already subscribed and you're watching, thank you for supporting the channel, continuing to support. But that's your review, guys. Hopefully you guys get yours set up. Hopefully I helped you out. So Randy here from Garrison Speed Shop, out.